Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with some breaking news. People magazine just reported that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby's son, Robert Cosby Jr., has pleaded guilty to a schmaltz, violating a protective order and other charges one day after his wife, Alexana Ariane Smokoff, filed for divorce. So they were really married. Wow. Robert Jr., who is 23, entered his pleas in a Salt Lake City County District Court in Salt Lake City, Utah on Tuesday, November 25th, following multiple incidents spanning from September to November involving his wife and father-in-law, Shad Stoke. According to court documents viewed by People, facing 14 charges, Mary's son with husband Robert Sr. pled guilty to 8 charges in total. 1 count of felony property damage or destruction greater than or equal to $5,000. 2 counts of violations of a pretrial protective order obtained by Alexiana, who is 21, in addition to 1 count of a schmaltz on a peace officer, 1 count of violation of a jail release court order, criminal trespass on a dwelling with intent to cause annoyance, injury, or fear, all Class A misdemeanors, and 1 count of Class B misdemeanor, a schmaltz. 6 misdemeanor charges were dismissed with prejudice. Alexiana filed for divorce in Salt Lake County District Court on Monday, November 24th. The petition for divorce requires that both parties do not harass, intimidate, or disturb the peace of the other party by any means, including electronically. The documents reviewed by People continue to list prohibited actions on behalf of either party, commit domestic v or a schmuse against the other party or a child, use the other party's name, likeness, image, or identification to get credit, open an account for service or obtain a service, cancel or interfere with telephone, utility, or other services used by the other party, cancel, modify, terminate, change the beneficiary. In an exclusive statement, Robert's lawyer, Clayton Sims, tells People understanding and recognizing the relationship was difficult for Robert based on his religion and background. To him, marriage is sacred and forever. Sims added his parents were his example and they've been married for 27 years. Robert was slow to recognize and accept his marriage was over and continued to connect with his soon-to-be ex-wife. Robert has accepted responsibility for his mistakes and has pleaded guilty to several misdemeanors. Robert Jr., who has appeared on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alongside his mom, Mary, was booked into Salt Lake County Jail on November 9th and will remain there without bail until his sentencing on February 3rd, when a judge will determine the length of his remaining sentence. Unfortunately, I feel like this is what's best for him, but let's continue. Indictments filed by Utah prosecutors previously accused Robert Jr. of attempting to climb through a dog door to break into his father-in-law's home on 2 occasions in September, and in 1 incident attacking his father-in-law on his front lawn. Court documents noted that Alexiana was staying at the residence at the time. In a November indictment, prosecutors claim Robert Jr. vandalized his father-in-law's home and bit a law enforcement officer on the hand, breaking the skin, after the officer took him to the ground for allegedly failing to stop when ordered to do so. A taser was finally used to bring Robert Jr. under control, the indictment said. Baby, that boy was high as a kite, okay? Robert Jr. was previously arrested for a DUI in 2022 when police claimed the reality star was operating a vehicle without a license and disobeyed traffic laws. He later accepted a plea deal in which he pleaded guilty to the DUI, resulting in the other charges being dropped. Mary, who is 53, exclusively told People in November that her son's September arrest was for his good. The RHOSLC star added, "I think he needed that. He's never encountered anything like that." He's never been through anything like that. I don't mind it. It hurt me at the time. I was devastated. I was worried. I was scared. But some things happen for a reason, to show you the path you're on. I feel like he needed that, and that he understands that that's the wrong journey. Well, it didn't seem like he got the point. For his part, Robert told people at the time that he's taking his journey day by day, and that he's not where I want to be, but I'm certainly not where I used to be. He added, I will get there. Like I said, I do believe that him being incarcerated for at least the next 2 months, this month and next month, is what's best for him. Hopefully during that time he can get sober and be seeking treatment while he's in jail. And maybe him being there for, what's this, going on 3 months, by the time this is over with, will knock some sense into him that this is not where you need to be, and depending on his behavior, I do expect for them to give him more than just the 3 months. I would give him more than 3 months, because we have told you and told you and told you, and you just keep on doing what you want to do. So yeah, you need to get somewhere and sit down for a minute, at least keep his ass in there until summer, so he can really understand that we're not playing with you. But I think that Mary and her husband's approach to this is the best way, because we've provided you aid to get you help. We are doing what we can as your parents, but at the end of the day, you have to want it yourself. We can't want it for you. So if he's unwilling to take it seriously and do the work and want to get clean, then this is the consequence to your actions. You will be in jail, and no, we're not bailing you out. Point blank in the period. You want to act the fool. You want to continue to get high. You want to fail to recognize your addiction and take it seriously. Then this is the consequence. Me being a person that has had a family member that was, addicted to substances, I know how scary that can be, how they act erratically, how they do not care in the moment when they're high. All they care about is the high and their wants and their needs and their desires. They don't care nothing about nobody else. So I can imagine what it was like when he was going over to his wife's house and harassing them people. Like, people that deal with addiction, they be wilding. They will tear up the place, honey. It's a whole fiasco. It's very scary, and ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. Hopefully this Alexiana little girl that we did see on the show is seeking help as well to get clean. Hopefully he will understand that it is over. Hopefully he ain't gonna be on those stuff where if I can't have you, can't nobody else have you, and refuse to let her go and move on with his life. I think that in this case with Mary and her husband, tough love is the best love. And it might get to the point where they have to make him go elsewhere. He can't live underneath their roof no more. It's sad that it might have to get to that point, but it is what it is. Addiction is nothing to play around with, and that boy got a bad addiction. He is admitted to taking some of everything. He needed to be in a facility for like a year or so. He did not need to be in no facility for just 30 days. 30 days is not enough for a person with his level of addiction. He needs to be in a facility for like a year or so, getting help. And then as soon as he get out, he still got a person there with him, helping him at least on a daily or every other day. Like, he needs treatment. And therapy, and like I said, hopefully being in jail will scare him straight, because then show him you not about that life. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you need. Okay. I feel bad for Mary and her husband, but hey, they did what they could. He's making the decisions now at this point. It's not on them. They've done everything that they can as parents. And so now it's up to him. It's sad, but that's where we're at this point. I just pray for Mary to have a peace of mind and it's scary knowing your son is in jail, and you pray that nothing bad happens to him, but what can she do at this point? If anything else pops up, of course, I will let you guys know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Robert pleading guilty to all of those charges. What do you guys think are the next best steps for him? Yeah, let's just talk about it all. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so y'all know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I will see you all on my next one.